Well, hey everybody, welcome back for another memory keeping plan with me. This week it is for the week of August 29th through September 4th, so Labor Day weekend, and I am using a kit called Game On from Cinderella paper because we went up to Berkeley this week and we went to a football game, and I haven't been to a football game in like 4 or 5 years, and my fiance, although we both graduated from the University of California, he never went to a football game as a student there. He's not into football, that's totally fine. I'm into going to football games. I don't understand how football works though, and my dad has definitely explained to me how football works several times, including at games. I still don't get it, but I enjoy school spirit. I enjoy the Cal marching band. A lot of people were wearing t-shirts that said I'm here for the band in our school colors, and I need to figure out where to get that shirt because honestly, our Cal marching band has a better track record than our Cal football team. My senior year, so 2013 to 2014, was pretty much the worst season we ever had ever. We won exactly one game. So that was a really great year to graduate. And this was right after they renovated Memorial Stadium and spent like a lot of money on it, and that we had a very losing football team. Great times. Other sports that get way less money and way less attention at Cal do so much better and send people to the Olympics. Cal sends so many people to the Olympics in like gymnastics and swimming and all of those things. Our football team, we got a lot of spirit. But yeah, my senior year, we were pretty bad. We were 1-11. That's cool. Anyway, we won this game, so that was nice. We played UC Davis, though, which I feel like they have a pretty decent team right now, but they didn't used to be in our division. They only recently were put in our division. And then meanwhile, like UCLA and USC are deciding to leave the Pac-12. If someone can explain to me how that works, let me know. I think it's weird that UCLA is like partnering up with USC. But whatever, what do I know? Again, I don't understand football, so I don't know what's going on with that. Moving on. I put one of the fashion girls from the kit in the sidebar, and I put a Taylor Swift quote from Planet Hannah over it that said, "Baby, let the games begin." I actually don't know which song that's from. I think it's one of the newer ones that I don't know. So yeah, but I figured, hey, we're going to a game. Let's put a quote about games on here, even though it's about a metaphorical game and not a real one, but regardless, I thought it fit. Then I put into habit trackers for skincare and flossing, and then I'm going to put in a dinner's sidebar sticker and surrounding all of that with the football washi. If I have one regret with this spread, it's that I feel like I didn't pair or bring in enough blue and gold. There was a lot of pattern boxes, like football themed ones, on the extra sheet that she has revamped for her kits, Cinderella paper. So I used a lot of that, and I do wish I had kind of made it more blue and gold throughout. But other than that, I'm really happy with how this spread turned out. It turned out really cute. And I did need to use an extender on Saturday because I had a lot of things to mark. That was game day. And then I decided not to put a full box on Tuesday, even though I had another full box that I really liked, because I just had a lot of different things going on Tuesday. Tuesday was a pretty hectic day. Lots of things to write in. But yeah, other than the game, we did a bunch of other stuff in Berkeley. We went to some old favorites, and we also tried out some new things that we didn't do when we were students living there. I lived in Berkeley for about 2 years. When I was in school, I was a junior transfer student from a community college, which meant that I got to go to my dream school. So that was awesome. Those were 2 of the best years of my life, honestly. And I met my fiance about like 2 weeks into the semester, and then we started dating 2 months into the semester. So our 10-year anniversary is coming up in October. And so this was basically kind of like a 10-year anniversary trip for us. In October, we're probably not going to have time to travel, although I'll be traveling for my bachelorette party. So yeah, but that's going to be a pretty short weekend. This was, we both had Friday of this week off, and then we were going to both have Labor Day off, so this was a really prime time to go somewhere. And we also went and visited my brother, who's currently a student at Cal as well, also a junior transfer student, although now he's in his 4th year. So it was cool to hang out with him and his girlfriend and, just revisit a lot of sites that used to have a lot of meaning, or that still do have a lot of meaning to us, but like places we used to haunt as students. We went to a lot of great restaurants, some of which we used to go to when we were students, and then others that I had heard about because I used to be the food blog editor at the Daily Californian. And what was I going to say about that? Some of my writers would write about places that I didn't get to go to when I was a student, so we tried out a few new places. I love Berkeley. They're going through a lot of new development or like new redevelopment lately, so some places look really unfamiliar, and a lot of places that we used to go to have closed food-wise, which is kind of sad. It's really hard to make it in the restaurant business in the Bay Area. I'm sure you're aware it's incredibly expensive out there. So, for example, I think the restaurant that we ate at after my graduation, I don't think it exists anymore. What else is gone? We used to go to Yogurtland a lot, but it doesn't exist anymore out there. But I wouldn't mourn that loss too badly. We used to eat a lot of Yogurtland back in 2012. What else is gone? John's Ice Cream, I think, has closed. The sign is still up, but I looked in there and it didn't look like anything was going on. You could get Dollar Skips of ice cream back there. Good times. There's a lot of good additions, though, as far as food goes now, like a lot of fast casual options that are like kind of Asian fusion, and that would have been nice to have when I was a student there. Those replaced some other things that I'm kind of like, yeah, we used to eat there a lot, but was it good? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and describe the day by day now. So on Monday, I slept in a little bit, so I have a pillow from Carly Plans and also a sleep in script from Carly Plans. Then I filmed a plan with me. That sticker is also from Carly Plans, and this was the day that our new washer and dryer got installed in our apartment complex. We had a really old quarter-operated, gross, kind of smelly washer and dryer since we moved in here 2 years ago, and finally, property management finally listened and put in a new one. So now it's managed, but you pay through an app, and you can pay with cryptocurrency even, which I will not. But I just thought that was so funny. I'm like, the quarters weren't really the problem with me. My problem with the washer and dryer was that it didn't get my clothes clean. So, but whatever. Now we have a new washer and dryer. I did laundry the other day, and I'm like, wow, I might actually start liking laundry again, because laundry has always been like my favorite chore, because it involves clothing and I like clothes. But then here is like the first place where I started to hate it because it was just kind of a gross situation. Anyway, then I had my office hour on campus and my classes on campus. I thought I lost my keys this day, so I have an anxiety munchkin from Once More with Love at the bottom of Monday. I could not find my keys. I went back to the classroom that I had just left. I went to the classroom before that. I had to interrupt somebody's class, but he was just like playing a video, so honestly, whatever. And I was like, where are my keys? And I like sat down in the hallway and I was like about to cry. And then I realized my keys were in my back pocket of my pants. So we're not doing that anymore. The keys go in the purse. They do not go in the back pocket, because it's like, I'll do this with glasses too. I'll forget I'm wearing my glasses and I'll be like, where are my glasses? They're on my face. So yeah, I, had terrible anxiety after class on Monday. That was fun. I went home and we worked on our wedding venue binder. We have a binder from our venue that they want us to complete before a meeting with them. So that arch sticker is from Planet Hannah. And then I ordered wedding accessories this day, so some accessories for myself as well as the groomsmen ties from Azazi. And I am going to film a video. I just filmed a video all about that actually, but unfortunately I'm not going to share it with you until way closer to the wedding because I don't want to spoil anything. But anyway, that ring sticker is from Planet Hannah. Moving on to Tuesday, I marked with a car sticker from Planet Hannah that my fiance went up to the office to work. The flowers from Ling's Moment arrived this day. I'm also going to film a video about that, but again, I will share that later. Anyway, I have Molly Loves Flowers from Itty Bitty Sticker Co., and then I have Molly Loves Podcasts to mark that I voiced over a plan with me. And then I have a laptop sticker from Carly Plans to mark that I was grading this day. My beginning students had turned in a reading response, so I had to get through about 50 of those. Then I played with the cat, so I have a Molly playing with a Christmas ornament for that, and a Play with Evie custom script from Carly Plans. And then I had to go pick up a Binax Now test, because if you remember from last week, on Sunday I did test myself for COVID, and I was negative, but I did not see the email that I needed to upload my test results for the university to keep track of. I didn't see that until Tuesday for some reason, or maybe I didn't see it till Monday. Anyway, we get free tests if you were exposed on campus, and they got the good tests. They got the Binax Now. I've never been able to use those because I've never been able to find them anywhere, but my campus has them, so we got the good-ish. It's a weird thing to be like, ooh, the good tests. But like, I've been using the government issued tests, or like these random brand tests that we could buy at Target. I've never used the Binax Now, which is like, I think supposed to be the most reliable one. So anyway, I picked those up at work. I tested negative again. I uploaded my results so that I could be a good employee and help them manage the spread. But that mask wearing sticker is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. Then I had another office hour and another set of classes, and then I came home and there was cat barf everywhere. So I have Molly Has Nausea from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. There were just little puddles everywhere, so I cleaned all those up, and then I fed the cat. And my fiance wasn't home at this point because he was at the office. Then I go in the bathroom, and near the litter box is something that I had never seen before, and it looked like, it was just like, I'm not even going to describe it. It was gross. And I couldn't tell if it came up or it came out of my cat, if that makes sense, without getting too graphic. I'm so sorry if this grosses you out. You can just fast forward a couple minutes. My fiance came home and he was like, no, that's a hairball. And I'm like, oh, because I've never had an indoor cat before, and our cat really doesn't cough up hairballs that often. The last time she did this was like over a year ago. So like, I guess she's just really good at digesting her hair. That's such a weird statement. But today, this particular day, she had issues with it. So I just wrote in that she had a big ol' hairball. Then I watched Parks and Recreation that night, and I used the waffle sticker from this Redbubble sheet I have because I'm pretty sure we were watching the Leslie and Ben episode. Then on Wednesday, I marked again that my fiance went up to the office because that's his other day to go up to the office. I started packing for our trip, so that sticker's from Fox and Cactus. I edited my monthly lineup for YouTube, so I have another laptop sticker, and then I graded classwork, and I do that on paper because classwork is typically written in class. That makes sense. So I just have a pencil sticker for that. I went and taught my classes. I had to use the work labels because there were no more class labels. And then I came home and did the budget. I closed out my August budget and did my September budget. And then I watched more Parks and Recreation, so I have Ron Swanson down there saying, I regret nothing, because I think I was watching whatever episode he says that in, which I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the one where he's getting sued. I can't remember. Which one? I feel like there's multiple episodes he gets sued, honestly. Thursday, I marked that it was payday. I thought I was going to get paid on August 31st because according to our pay calendar, I thought that was when it was supposed to happen, but it didn't go through till the next day. I put in a bill due sticker because I had to pay rent and my credit card, and then I lesson planned for the next week so that I didn't have to do it when I came home from our trip. And then I put in a little like undies sticker from Carly Plans because I hand washed some things because I wasn't sure if the washer and dryer, the new ones, were ready to go yet. And they were supposed to like clean out the laundry room this day. So I just hand washed some things that I needed for the trip. Then I went and taught my classes, and then I came home and finished packing. So that sticker is going to be from Fox and Cactus. It's rather large, but it's fine. And then I put in an FBI sticker to mark that we finished season 5 of Parks and Recreation. And Burt Macklin is important, you know, Burt Macklin FBI. Parks and Recreation. Then on Friday was the day that we left for our trip. So at the top of the day, I'm going to put in that we played with the cat because we were going to leave her for a few days. She hates when we leave, man. She absolutely hates it. But I'm going to put in a Molly from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. and then a Play with Evie custom script from Carly Plans. And then I'm going to put in a road trip sticker from Oh Hello because we left for Berkeley. This time, so back in July, we drove up to Monterey, which is about a 6 7-hour drive. Berkeley is farther up, of course, and you get into the city, so you hit a lot more traffic, so it was more of an 8-hour drive. We only officially stopped once, or we only like planned one stop because of that. I'm just like, let's just keep driving. So we drove for like 4 hours at a time, but we did have to make a couple pit stops because we stay hydrated on road trips to try and stay awake and so that we don't die. Also, there was a terrible heat wave this weekend. It was like 110 where we live. And then in Berkeley, it was like high 80s, low 90s, which is extremely hot for that area. Normally it's like low 70s there, like year round, or mid 60s. I love Berkeley weather. It's just usually the same temperature like all the time. But this particular weekend, it was hot. So we stay hydrated, which means, you know, you gotta take bathroom breaks that are sometimes unexpected. I put in a Molly Cat couple from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. because I brought our premarital counseling book, and the thought was that I would read through the chapter when Nathan was driving, and Nathan would read through the chapter when I was driving, because I think the previous week we didn't get to it, which we still have plenty of time before the wedding, and it's only like an 8-week course. So we'll get it done. It's just I wanted to keep the ball rolling with completing chapters, so I did that. And then we stopped at a place called Ben Franklin's Deli in San Luis Obispo. So I put in a sandwich sticker from Beneva Creations because we got 2 of the most giant sandwiches I've ever seen. They were really good sandwiches, and the person who was behind the counter was super nice. So that's going to be like a road trip stop for me from now on. That was great. And it was also easy to find parking actually in SLO, which is typically what we call it here in California, because saying the whole name of the city can get a little wordy. Then I put in a gas sticker. This is a really old sticker from Planting Roses. I had to cut it because it was ginormous. We did have to make a pit stop in Fremont, which is about an hour out, because we both really needed a toilet, and we were stuck in traffic at this point because we were approaching the city. So we did that, and then we went and checked in. We got to Berkeley, and then we checked in at the Travelodge, so I have Molly Loves the Big City for that. Even though the Travelodge is not like a big skyscraper, it's like 2 stories tall. But it was just fun to be in the city that we love. Then we went to Angeline's, which is our favorite place, partly because it's just so good, and partly because it's where we had our first date. So we like to go there whenever we can. I think the last time we were there was 5 years ago for our 5th anniversary. I think I vlogged that actually. So if you go back, when I was doing like Vlogtober in 2017, which was a rough year for me, you can see Angeline's. I didn't vlog this trip, really. I took some photos on my phone, but I didn't really vlog on this trip. Anyway, so that couple having dinner together is from Once More with Love. Angeline's is a New Orleans restaurant, and it's extremely good. I love it. And my former boss, her mom is from New Orleans, and she's from Texas, and they went one time, like back when I used to work at the newspaper, and she was like, oh, it gets the seal of approval from my mom and me. It's really good. I'm like, okay, good. I feel validated, because like I've never been to NOLA. I've never been to New Orleans. I really want to go, but I have not been. And so I'm like, do I just like this because it's like a California take on New Orleans food? No, apparently it's legit. So we went there. It was great. I put in a little Once More with Love New Orleans sticker to mark that we had beignets, because I didn't have the beignet sticker from that sheet left yet, because I used it earlier in the year when my fiance made beignets to celebrate our engagement. So anyway, you have to get beignets. They're so good. Like people go on about like Disneyland beignets. I'm like, no. Angeline beignets, they're good. And then it was a really good day. It felt so nice to be at Angeline's. It felt so nice to be in Berkeley. It's one of the happiest moments of this year for me. So I put in a What a Good Day script from Plan a Hannah. In the extender on Saturday, I put in this anxiety munchkin hiding under the blanket because for some reason somebody decided to knock on our door and our window repeatedly at 2:30 in the morning. I'm fairly certain they thought it was their room and it wasn't, but they would not stop. And like Nathan was gonna get up and open the door. I'm like, don't, because like what if it's not somebody who's staying here? So that was scary, but we got through it. Then we went to the pregame concert on Sproul Plaza on campus. So I have Molly karaokeing for that because I don't have the marching band sticker from Itty Bitty Sticker Co., although I could buy that, but I'm not sure how often I'm going to use that. This is the marching band pregame concert. So Nathan didn't know this, and he was like, oh, who's playing? When I said pregame concert, I'm like, the band? And he's like, I'm like, yeah. It's a good time. It's like an hour and a half before the game, and the band plays pretty much everything they're gonna play at halftime, but like it's on campus, and it's just a fun time, okay? Some people were like dancing like crazy. I was not one of them, but they were hyped. Cal, we got Spirit, and that is something I miss so much about that school. We also have a lot of weird traditions. So the next thing I marked with this little bear sticker was that I rubbed, there's a little statue of a bear. There's little statues of bears like all over campus. We're obsessed with bears. Um, there's a little one though that you're supposed to rub its nose before the game because it's good luck. It means we'll win. And I don't want to say that me rubbing the nose, remembering to rub the nose means that's why we won. But I'm also not saying it didn't help, if that did not make sense. Sorry. Anyway, I rubbed the bear's nose, and then we saw a squirrel carrying like a whole apple. I did not have an apple sticker, but I had a little mushroom sticker, so I decided to mark it that way and just write in apple squirrel. New York City has pizza rat. Berkeley has apple squirrel. Very strong jaws on that squirrel. I was glad to see the squirrels eating apples and not chicken fingers, because when I was a student there, people used to buy fried chicken from the Golden Bear Cafe and then feed it to the squirrels. And guess what? That is not what squirrels should be eating, y'all. So anyway, I thought the squirrels looked a lot healthier on this visit. Another weird fact about Cal, apparently we have a squirrel research lab in the psychology department. They study squirrel behavior, specifically the squirrels on campus, to understand things about animal behavior. There you go. Then we had a picnic on Memorial Glade, which is like the big grassy area in front of the library. My brother and his girlfriend and his friends had joined up with us at this point. So that cooler stickers from Carly Plans. We went to the game, of course. They played UC Davis. So I have a football molly for that. And then I have a heart molly because we won, which is a good feeling. Then Nathan and I were kind of trying to figure out what we were doing for dinner, and we weren't quite hungry yet. So we were kind of just wandering around campus trying to find places to cool off because it was hot. So I put Molly sitting on an ice cube to mark that we chilled in Worcester Hall, which is the architecture school. It's a super ugly building. It's very like brutalist. And I guess the idea, this is what I've heard, is like, since it's the architecture building, it's not supposed to be pretty because the things designed inside it are what's beautiful about it. We got a lot of weird stuff we say at Cal, okay? That's one of them. But the good thing about it being like a concrete, ugly building is that they have these huge concrete benches in there you can sit on. It feels so nice on a hot day when it's kind of air conditioned in there and you can sit on a concrete slab. I'm gonna run out of time. I'll have to slow this clip down later, sorry. Then we went to Yogurt Park because again, it was hot. Yogurt Park is an institution. It's been there since the 70s. So I have an ice cream sticker from Wonton and a Million. And then we went to Henry's, which is a bar that we used to love. That bear drink sticker is from Carly Plans. They were just kind of weird because it was game day and they were tired and they wanted to go home. And I guess a lot of people pregame at the bars and I didn't realize that. So it was kind of a weird situation. So we got a couple bites to eat. And then we went to Games of Berkeley, which is a games store that is also pretty iconic, but they're in a new location as of like 5 years ago. Great new location though. Anyway, I have Molly playing cards for that, for visiting the games store. And then I'm gonna run out of time here, so I'm gonna have to go back and edit that clip later. But on Sunday, we went to the UC Botanical Garden, which I never went to as a student. It's free if you're a student, but we just never made it up there. And as we were driving up there, I'm like, this is so easy to get to, but it's probably feeling easier to get to because we have a car. And I did not have a car when I was in college. At least not in the city. Anyway, I have a Once More with Love hiking munchkin to mark that because we were basically hiking through the Botanical Garden. It has a great view of the bay and San Francisco. I marked with a Wonton and a Million sticker from the San Francisco sheet that it was just hot, so hot. We went to Pete's Coffee, which we have down here in Southern California, but every other coffee shop that was like independent was closed. They were closing early or just not open at all because of the Labor Day holiday, which I respect. And then we went to a Salvadoran restaurant. So we went to Platano and I tried pupusas for the first time. So those were yummy. Then we went to the Berkeley Art Museum and the Pacific Film Archive, BAMFA is always how I would say it. And I marked that with a salad sticker from One Ton in a Million because I didn't have any art gallery stickers or museum stickers, but one of the exhibits, I forget her name, Alice, I think it's Allison Knowles. She's into a lot of like the traditional art stuff, but then she also had this like performative thing of like creating a giant community salad. So I thought that was like the most memorable thing. So I marked going to the art museum with a salad. Then we went back to campus. We chilled in Doe Library to cool off, and Nathan needed to charge his phone. So I marked that with a book sticker from Simply a Mess. We used to study in there all the time. It's a beautiful library. And then finally we went to dinner with my brother and his girlfriend. We were originally going to go to like a vegan sushi place, but they were busy and it was going to be a long wait. So we eventually went over to King Dong Chinese restaurant. And I feel like it's a really underrated restaurant in Berkeley. It deserves more attention. But at the same time, I like that it doesn't get so much attention because you can always get a table there. So that is the week. The only other thing I'm going to add in is that in the sidebar, I put in a like sweating Molly in front of the fan to mark that it was hot, hot, hot from Tuesday through the end of the week. We came back on Monday and it was hot again for like the next week after that. So look forward to hearing about how stupidly hot it was next week. I hope you are doing well. I had a great long weekend in Berkeley, one of my favorite cities in the world. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed hearing about it. I will talk to you next time. Bye!